Hi, I'm Nissy Harris. I was actually born in Pilgrim Church. I've been serving in ministry since 2000, so about 20 years. Okay, within that 20 years, I've actually served. I began as a custodian, cleaning the offices, bathrooms. From there, I worked in the school as assistant teacher. After that, I was back in the office, back to the school, then back in the office under Bishop Brown leadership. Now I serve under Pastor Crow's leadership as executive assistant of Pilgrim Church. Why do I continue to serve in ministry? One, because I understand in the end what the reward will be, which will be from God. Two, because I love ministry. I'm trying not to cry, as you guys can see. And I just, actually Bishop Brown placed me where I am as Pastor Deborah's adjutant, armor bearer assistant. So just to carry out the roles that he asked me. And I understand that in the run, you know, he that's greater among you, let him serve. So I serve with diligence. I serve in knowing that Jesus keeps a record, not for what I can get or, you know, to be spotlighted or to say, Nissy does this, Nissy does that, but just because of the love I have for God and for God's people. Working for ministry has impacted my personal life in a great deal because you have to learn how to kind of balance it all. You know, my dad was sick, you know, my mom, I have my mother's in the church, but my father wasn't in the church. So, you know, it was a bit of a challenge because sometimes you have to learn how to weigh it out, and it's not an easy process. But, you know, with the help of the Lord, you know, you pray, you talk to them, you kind of, when you can make up time, you make up time. When you can be there, you be there when you can. It's just, you just have to learn how to kind of balance it. It's not an easy task most of the time because if your parents or your family is not church people per se, they don't understand the sacrifices that you have to make for ministry. So therefore, it's not easy balancing family and church and the leader. Well, because I'm close to pastor, so it's kind of like, you know, you have to, it's a thin line. It's a thin line. So therefore, you find yourself explaining why you do what you do most of the time. I serve because I know who I serve most of all, which is Jesus Christ, and I understand my responsibility here as well as home. Now I have 2 children, so it's of course more stressful. Why wouldn't this take that on? Because that's the way that the Lord led me. So therefore, in balancing, it'll come. You know, it's hard, but it's worth the task, and I'm up for it. So the person that wants to give up, I would say continue in the race. Hold to God. That's all we need. That's all we should depend on is Him. Most of the time you won't understand. We will never understand the ways of the Lord, but it's just our duty to follow Him in His will, because His will be done in your life.
This is Elder Diane Kirby. I am the secretary of the Pilgrim Church, and I've been here approximately about 25 years. Coming to Pilgrim, I started working at Pilgrim Christian Academy. I taught 2nd grade, 6th through 8th grade math, and my basic role at Pilgrim was being the math teacher. Then I went back to the 2nd grade teaching all subjects. And it was a pleasure just to be in Pilgrim Academy to share, molding minds and making sure they were understanding what was taught. Then I also worked at the church. I worked with under Archbishop Roy Brown, planning, having planning sessions, meetings, the assemblies, putting it together with the late Bishop Reed. And moving from that point to now Pastor Crow. I directed the choir, worked with the musicians, I worked in the church and also in the office. What makes me keep coming back is my love and my passion for the ministry. There are days that's rough. There are days that we don't see where we're going, but at the end of the day, productivity and accomplishments are made. Working for this ministry has impacted me through knowing that my love for God, the love for His Word, helps me with my mom, my family, and love for each other, because love must be demonstrated at all times. There are times when you feel like, that I'm walking away. But when you look back and see where God has brought you from, and the momentum for the next day, knowing that God is going to walk you through this, it makes you just want to be a part and continue. Through the times that's hard, through the rough times, the good times, as we press forward, we know that we're moving forward and there is going to be a light at the end of the day. And this has been Elder Diane Kirby and IServe.
I'm Sister Nissy Harris, and I serve.